Good morning. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about commitment and how commitment can be very clarifying and freeing and a very powerful way to to really move things forward in our lives. So I'll start off with Jack. He's at work and he started to take acceptance and things are going pretty well, but not completely. And he started to realize that maybe the place he's at isn't the best place for him to be. Just ongoing things with his boss that just can't get sorted out. Just something that just won't change. Some same things with his coworkers, and he's realizing he just doesn't like what he does anymore. But there's so many other things that Jack can do for work. He doesn't know, and it's kind of paralyzing to him. This is where commitment can be incredibly helpful and powerful. Commitment can be scary because it's basically an agreement to follow through with something or to do the absolute best at something that we can do. And that can be scary because it means we're ruling out that we're setting aside a lot of things. And that's also one of the strengths of commitment. So if Jack were to take a step back and look at all the potential careers that interest him and researches them and finds out, I think this one over here probably is one of the better options, right? Okay, so commit to that for maybe 6 months. Try and find a job in that field. And if it goes well, excellent, fantastic. He committed to that. And if it doesn't work out, okay, accept that, find something else, and then commit to that. Compare that to the opposite. If there isn't a commitment, then how will Jack know what direction to go in? Same thing in relationships. That when we commit to having a relationship work, even if there's struggles, even if there's big challenges in that relationship, if both people are committed to it working, they'll find a way to make it work, to find a way to communicate effectively, to work through everything that they need to. But if there isn't that commitment, then why would they bother? So commitment, while it can seem scary, can actually be a very powerful way to focus on what we need to focus on, and it can help us be creative because if there isn't another option, we can we don't have the choice to do something other than what we've committed to do. So then we become creative and find ways to make it happen, to make it work. So commitment, while it can seem scary, can actually be a very powerful way to move things forward because it screens out a lot of the clutter and it lets us focus on the next thing that we need to do. I know we talked a lot recently about acceptance, and once we accept the reality of our situation, then we need a plan and commitment to that plan to move things forward. And both of those combined can lead to a powerful amount of change, sometimes a very, very different life in a very positive way. So let's look at Jack having a lot more commitment at work, and with his choice to change his work. So he took acceptance for what's going on around him. He took acceptance with his boss and tried to manage up. He took acceptance with his coworkers and managed his interactions with them. He took acceptance for working with with his customers, and just decided, you know what, I'm going to accept the reality that this workplace might not be for me. He was able to find two or three careers that really interested him. Picked one that would be very simple for him to transition to, and dedicated himself, committed himself to that new career over the next 6 months. And what he found is he was actually able to find a job within a month's time. He found a job in that field, was able to start working that, and he really enjoyed that change. And he wasn't even thinking about the other places he could be working, the other careers he could have, because he knew that this was a good choice. He was enjoying where he was at. It was beneficial. It's what he needed to be doing, and it's what he agreed to commit to. So he did not have guilt about things that he did not do, and he wasn't worried about could things maybe be better or worse. Well, sure, maybe, but this is the life that he chose, and he learned how to be content because of that commitment that he made.